To the latest now on the Delphi murders case, where we learned more today about the police interrogation of Richard Allen.
Yes, it was all caught on video, and for the first time, jurors were able to watch that video as Allen was questioned by the investigators. Now, Allen is the man who's charged in the deaths of the two teens, Abby Williams and Libby German. The bodies of both girls found in February of 2017 near the Monon High Bridge in Delphi.
Our Bob Siegel was in the courtroom and breaks down today's testimony.
Day 10 of testimony is focusing on the statements given by Richard Allen to state investigators before he was arrested. October 2022, that is when investigators first sat down for a formal interrogation of Richard Allen, and jurors today got to see actual video of that interview between Allen and state investigators. It started off with everyone being relaxed, with Richard Allen offering up information very freely, cooperating with investigators. But then, when the investigators told him they wanted to search his phone and they wanted to conduct a search warrant at his home, the tone of the interview changed. At that point, Allen said, "Your attitude toward me has definitely changed. This feels like you're interrogating me. You've known from the beginning I was out there. I told you that." Steve Mullen, an investigator for the state, said, "We're not mad at you. We're not upset with you. We're just trying to get to the truth." Richard Allen said, "I think we're done." He said, "It's not me. You're not going to convince me it's me. I had nothing to do with those murders." At that point, they allowed Richard Allen to go, but they did serve a search warrant on his home, and 2 weeks later they sat down with him again, this time with much tougher questions. State Police Lieutenant Jerry Holman is the one who conducted this interview, and he presented evidence that came from the state crime lab indicating that a cartridge found at the crime scene had cycled through one of Richard Allen's guns. Richard Allen, over and over throughout the interview, said, "I had nothing to do with this. I am not going to admit to something I didn't do. I can't explain something I don't know about." At one point, Richard Allen's wife, Kathy, was allowed to come in the interview room. She was crying. They hugged. He vehemently explained to her that he had nothing to do with the murders. And when Kathy Allen then went to leave the room and Jerry Holman came back in, that's when things got incredibly heated. He said, "Now you're going to drag your wife and daughter through this because you're too blank, bullheaded to get out ahead of this." Richard Allen responded, "You're going to pay for what you've done to my wife. You want to blank with me, but you leave my wife out of this. Leave me out of this." At that point, Jerry Holman started screaming at Richard Allen, saying, "I know that you are the killer." At one point then, Richard Allen said, "If you're going to arrest me, arrest me." And Jerry Holman said, "Happy to." Very important testimony today. Actually, the words of Richard Allen that the jury got to hear for themselves coming up this afternoon. More words we expect from Richard Allen, this time in the form of alleged confessions that he made behind bars. The jury will be very interested in hearing that. We'll have that testimony coming up for you at 5. In Delphi, Bob Siegel, 13 News.
Bob, thanks so much. And every night here, Monday through Friday, we have complete breakdowns of what happens in court in our Delphi debrief. Bob will join us with more on the case, and this is something that you can watch. You can stream it on WTHR Plus. That is our streaming app. If you don't have it, go get it. It's free to download. You can get it on Apple TV, Amazon Fire Stick, and also on Roku.